This is your view from the hot springs, and that is beautiful. Oh my freaking goodness gracious, do I love this build. Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah and welcome back to my alphabet build series in The Sims 4, where I build houses in the shapes of different letters of the alphabet because honestly I suck at building, so I make silly builds on purpose. So today we are up to the letter R and I'm so excited. So let's jump into The Sims 4 really quickly so I can show you the shell, the building that we're going to be working with today. So this is the letter R house from top down. So the shape I feel is pretty freaking good. I am trying my absolute best to use curved walls wherever I can. Wherever I feel it's appropriate and wherever I can. I wish that I had curved walls at the beginning of this challenge. Actually, it would have made some of the earlier builds a lot easier. So having this curved part for the letter R is amazing. And then obviously there's the rest of the letter R as well. So you'll notice that we're missing the little cutout that should be here. That gets fixed in the build, don't you freaking worry your little heads about it. But now let's have a look at the floor plan. So there's a lot of rooms here as you can see, so let me break it down for you. Down here is the entryway. We have the front door kind of in the middle here. Honestly, the entryway ends up being pretty boring because I didn't know what to put there, so it ends up being pretty boring. And then we've got a dining room here. Here is the kitchen. This leg part of the letter R ends up being like a teenager's bedroom. Could be a teenage boy or a teenage girl, but it's definitely a teenager's bedroom. A lot of space in there for this teenager, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in there as well in the end. And then this big part of the letter R is the living room, just because I felt like it was going to be probably easiest for me to have this be one giant space and have like the TV, the couches in there, any other recreational items that I felt could be used. And then we do have two bathrooms here. This one specifically is the ensuite to the parents' bedroom, and this one is the family bathroom. So this is of course the parents' bedroom. So with the letter R, I was immediately so impressed with how many furniture options that we had and just options in general. So you'll be seeing I've already placed the flooring, the wallpaper, the windows and the doors, and I'm just starting to put furniture in rooms that I feel like could go in the rooms, and then we'll sort it out better a little bit later on in the speed build. So at this point I should mention this was actually the second attempt of the letter R house, and I say that kind of loosely because the first attempt was not even really an attempt. The thing is, I originally started building the letter R house before Horse Ranch came out, and it was going to be an absolute disaster. I'd got as far as the roofing and getting all of the furniture out, but I hadn't actually started placing anything, but I was immediately so disheartened with the roofing. But then Horse Ranch came out, and with Horse Ranch we had a lot of things that are called rustic this and rustic that, and all of a sudden my options just completely expanded, and it meant that I was able to actually take this build and make it really cool. And the letter R actually is now one of my favorite builds of the alphabet series, mostly thanks to the Horse Ranch pack. So Horse Ranch does get used very heavily in this. It is kind of a Western yee-haw kind of house, but then in the end it also kind of has some Zen vibes as well. It's kind of strange. You're gonna have to wait until I get to show you it fully decorated for you to understand what I mean. So you'll see we're using a lot of earthy tones in this build, a lot of oranges, browns, reds, super cozy in a house like this. So I've done the parents' bedroom at this stage, was really happy with the layout of that. I'm working on the bathrooms now. The bathrooms, they function. Are they the best bathrooms I've ever built? No, but they function, and that is all that freaking matters. So I had so many options with the letter R that it wasn't even funny. Like, I think there's only a couple of options that I had to switch out for the letter S because I didn't have them for the letter R. What I mean by that is because I'm building the letter R house and I'm using objects whose names start with the letter R, in order to make this house functional, there are certain items that you do need. And if I don't have, say, a fridge that starts with the letter R, I go then with the next closest in alphabetical order. So I was so surprised with how many options that I had for this build though, especially after Horse Ranch. Like, these cabinets that we have, they actually are rustic cabinets, which means that I was able to use them instead of the letter S cabinets that I've had to use for the last couple of builds because we didn't have Horse Ranch back then. So it was perfect timing for Horse Ranch to come out for this build. I love the Western vibes that we end up kind of having in this house, and then the Zen vibes. I can't wait to show you what I mean mean by that as well. We are in the dining room, and I loved having this nectar storage lining the wall. I think it works really well in conjunction with the kitchen as well. I love the kitchen. It's one of my favorite kitchens of the Alphabet Build series, and I just love the vibes. So when you walk through the front door, you end up being able to see straight through the dining room into the kitchen. It's really nice from that walkway. Super nice. We're in the lounge room now, and we had so many options for like couches and things like that I really didn't know what to do with myself with how many options I had. It was amazing. It was a little bit overwhelming at the same time because I had this big space and I knew that I needed to fill this big space, but I had too much furniture to even fill this big space. So I was trying to figure out what pieces at this point I was going to use. It ended up coming together quite nicely. I feel like the space isn't too empty. It's just nicely furnished in the end. We did have some interesting pieces though, like the couches and the armchairs. They're rather modern for this Western yeehaw kind of build, but it's totally fine. They are couches that I can have in this build and it's totally freaking fine. One thing I will mention is the windows that we have in this house. They are from the Jungle Adventures pack. I love that we've got versions of them that have open shutters and closed shutters. That is amazing, but specifically in the living room, because that is the part of this house that has the curved walls, they sit kind of in a funky way against the curved walls because they're not actually built for curved walls, but I needed windows to sit in those specific spots and it ended up working out okay. Just please ignore that they sit really awkwardly against the wall. I couldn't help it. I had to go with it. We're in the teenagers' room now though, and I'm so excited for this part because the vibes I was immediately getting for this teenager is that they love music and that they love gaming and they also like reading. And we've got a lot of stuff in here for a teenage space to feel like they're hanging out in here. And oh my god, the speed build is actually finished. I cannot believe it. I feel like that went really quickly. As always, I showed you the bare basics. So we had done the layout of all of the furniture, but you didn't get to see any decorating, and you especially didn't get to see the zen vibes that I was talking about. So with that being said, let's jump back into The Sims 4 so I can show you the completely landscaped and decorated letter R house. You guys, this is the letter R from the top down, and oh my freaking goodness gracious, it is just so cool. The original version of this house was just all glass roofing before Horse Ranch came out, and it looked absolutely awful. But now, after Horse Ranch came out, I had the idea to have like a rooftop patio decking area. It's a huge space. It's all underneath this roof here. You'll see it also has a skylight because we had rustic shingles that came with Horse Ranch, but we also had the rectangular glass paneling as well. So I thought a skylight would be super nice to have for this patio space. We've also got a lot of landscaping in the leg of the letter R, but I know you'll be seeing this right here. This is the hot springs that came with Snowy Escape, and let me just tell you now, they're functional in this position. I've playtested everything in this house. Your Sims can use the hot springs that are on the roof of this house. It is so freaking cool, and it worked perfectly for the little hole that was needed for the letter R. The light bulb moment that I had when I realized that I could do that, because these are the rejuvenating hot springs. So when I had them to begin with, I had no idea what I was going to do with them. And then I had the light bulb moment, and the fact that it works and is so freaking cool and is functional is amazing. So then this is the letter R house from the front. So we've got some beautiful wood paneling and then some accents of stone, which is really nice, all thanks to the freaking Horse Ranch pack. Looking up towards the patio area, we've got some interesting things going up there. I tried to make it as private as possible, considering we've got glass fencing. I tried to make it as private as possible by including the barred windows up there just for some added privacy. But then looking towards the front door, you'll see we've got some rocks, and some of the rocks are like Zen Garden rocks from the Snowy Escape pack. They look super cute though. And then we've got a bright red front door. How cute do the windows look, by the way? The closed shuttered windows, they just look so perfect for this build. So with that being said, let's go inside. So this is what you see when you walk through the front door. See what I mean about being able to see straight through the dining room and into the kitchen as well? So I also mentioned that the entryway is pretty basic and empty, and it is because I didn't know what else to put in here. So we're just gonna move right along into the dining room. I love the red chairs in here. They're a nice little feature. We've got the big nectar wall rack, so much nectar that you can fit in here that it's not even funny. Make the nectar to your heart's content. And then we've got some shelving on the walls, and we've got open windows for this one. Super nice. Into the kitchen, which I abso-freaking-lutely just love. We've got bar seating here, so you can sit in here to eat if you like. We've got some little decor things. We've got some beautiful industrial looking lights that are just such a beautiful feature in here. I just love the space in here. I think it's so fun, very rustic, beautiful Western kitchen. I love it. So then if we take a little turn around, you'll see we've got a door here. This is the door that leads into what I deemed to be the teenager's bedroom. And here we are. So like I said, heaps of space for activities in here, and honestly just a few activities in general in here. So we do have a stereo in here for them. We've got a computer in here for them, and with the gaming posters on the wall, you can kind of see what I mean about them maybe being a gamer. We do also have the guitar that came with the werewolves pack, which is what I meant about them maybe being into music, maybe being into guitar. And then we've got the big bookshelves on the wall. There wasn't enough clutter in here to feel like it was too cluttered. It's just enough, I think. Like, this is a pretty big space. It is a space that a teenager would definitely love to be able to hang out in. Yeah, so interestingly, I haven't mentioned the wallpaper choice that I did for the feature walls. This wallpaper, I don't particularly love it, but as a feature wall, it's not bad, and it matches the swatch in the bed so freaking perfectly that I had to go with it. So I also did the same for the parents' bed as well. So that is the teenager's bedroom. Let's get out of here though, and let's go now into the other walkway here. And we've got to mention something straight away, because I know you're seeing that there is something a little bit funky about this room right now, and you are looking at it. Okay, so you know how we've got the hot springs on the roof? Well, this is the bottom of the hot springs. However, hear me out. When I was playtesting this, I wanted to make sure that this wasn't an issue when you're actually in live mode with your Sims. And if you're at this level, you can see it, but when you are looking like from above down on a Sim, you actually can't see this stony bottom at all, I promise you. I also wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be an issue for your Sims sitting on the couch or watching the TV or even just walking underneath it. It's totally fine. This house is completely functional. Like I've said, you don't even see the bottom of the hot springs at all. It's just interesting that we can now. I was wondering whether we would be able to now, but it's totally fine. So just ignore it for the minute and you'll see we've got our little lounge area here with the chairs and the sofa and the TV and the ladder shelves and another guitar here. Super nice. Swing it back around. We do have a bar. We've got some speakers in here because I kind of feel like this whole family likes music. It's not just the teenager. This whole family loves music, if you couldn't tell by some of the memorabilia that we've got. And then we've got the bookshelves. So we might go and have a look through this door next, which is the bathroom door, the family bathroom. It's not the most decorated, and also hello again, the hot springs, but you can't see that when you're actually playing. Trust me. We do have a very basically decorated bathroom because there wasn't a whole lot of bathroom clutter that started with the letter R, but there was enough where I was happy. We have definitely had worse bathrooms in the alphabet build challenge. And here we are for the parents' bedroom. So do you see what I mean about the wallpaper with the bed? It's a lot, but it works. So there we go for that. We do also have a computer in here. We've got an easel in here as well. And then through this door, we have the ensuite bathroom, which is very similar to the other bathroom, except we do have slightly more decor, and also we have slightly more furniture in here as well. For some reason, the layout of this bathroom just worked so much better than it did for the family bathroom, because it meant in here that I was able to put a bath. Like, they're both the same size of bathroom. It's just the layout, where the positioning of the door is. It completely changed the layout of this bathroom. So with that being said, how what do you get upstairs? Because I've mentioned that there's like a whole big patio upstairs. Well, there is this door here that is immediately off the lounge room. And in this room, we've got a ladder that goes all the way up. You're gonna bonk your head on that light in there, but it's totally fine. Your Sims don't even care about that. So this is what you see when you get to the top of the ladder. So we've got some rocking chairs here, and we might look left first. So we've got a campfire here. I'm not sure how safe this is. There might be fires. I don't know. It's totally fine. We've also got the dance floor that came with Horse Ranch as well. So I figured you can have some family line dancing moments here. That's cute. And then we do also have a nectar making station. I mean, you gotta fill those nectar racks somehow. So you gotta have the nectar station there as well. And then if we take a swing back around, you'll see we've got some screens, and they are actually sectioning off, again, trying to create a little bit more of a private atmosphere for this patio, for this deck area. We do have a beautiful seating area here. This would just be so nice to just hang out in, and we do have the skylight right above it. Super nice vibes. And then behind the screens over here, we've got kind of the health/zen area beginning. We've got, I mean, a workout machine, but we've also got relaxing station. We've got the massage tables and the manicure pedicure chairs as well. Super cute. But take a swing around, and we do have the entrance to the hot springs right here. Like I said, fully functional. Absolutely freaking amazing. Could you just imagine? This is your view. I mean, ignore some things because there's some spoilers for other builds coming up that you're seeing right there. So let's just pretend that we do not in fact see them. But have a look at that. This is your view from the hot springs, and that is beautiful. Oh my freaking goodness gracious, do I love this build. And something I haven't mentioned as well is the vibes at night. So you'll be seeing the candles. We've got heaps of candles all around the hot springs. So if I change the lighting tonight, it's just so nicely lit up. How freaking relaxing would that be? Your own rooftop hot springs with candles everywhere. Super nice, super cute vibes. Absolutely love this letter R house. With that being said, if you would like to download the letter R house for yourself, it will be on the gallery. My gallery ID is sezrawrr, the exact same way that it's spelled here, and you'll find it under letter R house. Let's just have a quick look at the pictures. I mean, wowee. And wowee, ignore the spoilers. Oh my god, there's spoilers! There's spoilers for a future video coming up. Okay, no worries, it's fine. Just pretend you do not in fact see it. Your eyes do not see this. I might even cover it. I don't know. But you're gonna see it if you download this house anyway. It's fine. So with that being said, something I mentioned in all of these videos is it does use a lot of packs because I'm filtering through every single item in the game to be able to make these houses using the build and buy options that start with that same letter of the alphabet. I don't know why Horse Ranch is listed here twice though. Oh, it's because I used the rocking chairs from the freaking bonus stuff that you got for getting the pack before a certain date. I hate that they do that. I really don't like it, but I did use that rocking chair. So that's why Horse Ranch is listed there twice. Totally fine. So that is the letter R house available for you to download from the gallery if you'd like to. But you guys, that's all I've got for this video of building a house in the shape of the letter R. The letter S is next, which is my initial, and I'm kind of excited and also terrified. How am I gonna build that? I don't know, you're gonna have to come along for that ride with me. So if you would like to see the letter S be built, or any other Sims 4 videos that I've got coming your way, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Leave me the rainbow emoji in the comments down below to let me know that you got this far in the video, that you really liked the letter R house, and you're very intrigued to see how the letter S house is gonna be built. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!